Hello, good afternoon. If you can hear me okay, let me know. I have my mic plugged in, but sometimes uh, it has issues. So, hello, welcome. My name is Vicky Rameau, and I am going to present to you the latest updates from the Electoral Commission in Sierra Leone. This update is a preliminary update, meaning that the number of votes counted is not the total vote, but a percentage of all valid votes counts. Una no say where people can dey vote, they can get void votes, they can get valid votes. So this one are the count of the valid votes. Um, the announcement for the results was made today in Freetown by the returning officer, who is the head of the Electoral Commission. Now, in the basically, now the only person in a salon we get the power for announce election results. But before we talk about the election results, first of all, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate you. If you're watching, please share this with anybody who you think might benefit from this information. Hi, guys. I know everyone in the diaspora is anxious. I am broadcasting live from Accra, Ghana. I left Sierra Leone on Friday night. My flight was one of the last flights to leave Sierra Leone before the election. I was really eager to leave Sierra Leone before the elections because I was concerned about the possibility of post-election violence. To give a quick summary of what's happened since the election, on election day, for the most part, the elections occurred without any major incident. There were various cases where, actually, let's talk Pancreo, sorry. Electoral Commission being say several cases then being there. Thanks for the reminder, Eben. Several cases then being there where then being fen usai people then being assault electoral commission officers that we've been working at the polling station, which very bad because people then really just been they do their job. There were some physical assaults on polling station agents and polling officers and polling managers. But other than that, there were no major. National Elections Watch say there were no major incidents of election violence, meaning not in big groups of violence, not being occur on the day of election. Also, the observer that we come, the foreign observer, they also say the same. In fact, I mean, they congratulate we for the peaceful election because, as we now all know, going into the election, the tension be high. However, yesterday was a really scary day in Freetown, and also for all Sierra Leoneans all across the world, because if you election just done and less than 24 hours after the polls then close, you begin to hear say the military or police don't assemble outside of the opposition party in office, then they nothing for make scared. Then we all see video them and photo them we come out from people that we've been there inside and around the APC party office, which should say yes, tear gas being fire. Initially, I not be able to confirm say them be shoot live bullets, but I be able for confirm from the news reports that we come out. One specific news report we at us now from Reuters, because the journalists we do the reporting and Posiwa Sabi personally in Cooper in vain. Cooper been based in a salon for several years, and in no salon very well. In no longer they cover salon fully from salon. They don't move to Senegal, but I Posiwa at us as a journalist. So I wait for somebody like that where I know say he impartial and he go able give correct information. Cooper say on the reporting, we then go na and I go show na the report soon. We then go na the APC party office, waiting and then fen say motorcar we been there outside of the political party office. Now Brookfields been get this signs of destruction. They mean destroy some. They also fen one woman where according to her they say it not been get pulse. Then stop shots for say inside the article na Reuters say the woman don't die because not a journalist go pronounce say somebody don't die. Usually in a medical examiner and I go make that pronouncement say. So journalists are not get the rights for writes na the article for say person don't die. If you not check the person in pulse, you're not able ascertain say the person don't die. But when they say person not get pulse, usually it means say person die. In the article, Cooper say he don't know waiting caused the woman in death. That it was not obvious if the woman died from gunshot wound or waiting at the cause. Again, journalists not go able for say waiting cause somebody in death. The only person we could do that a medical examiner. But then say the woman been severely wounded. Now that's it right at the article we published on Reuters.com at about 11 o'clock, 11:30 na net. This net, yesterday net. So waiting we know today don't confirm say the woman will die now matron will be assigned to the regional hospital na Makeni in name Mahawa Dumbuya. One doctor from Salone with Sabi the woman and other doctor that we Sabi and don't confirm say yes, this woman have been long served medical practitioner at Salone. According to APC, they always get like one small clinic or infirmary where they did in an office and a daily woman being stationed. At this point in time, I'd like to send my condolences to her and her family and her friends. She had a public health degree. She was the first cohort of people who graduated with her degree in public health from Sierra Leone. And also not get beaucoup healthcare practitioners then. So for lay one healthcare practitioner die for the country as a whole, now big loss because it means say now thousands of people then because the ratio of medical practitioner then to citizen is actually very striking as alone. One doctor or one nurse, they serve thousands of people. So where one doctor die, where one nurse die, possibly don't get experience for medical, it really means say beaucoup people then now they can get less access to healthcare service. So my condolences to her family. May her soul rest in peace. Waiting happened yesterday, according to the news report, the police say the reason waiting make them fire tear gas na APC office, then stop shots for accept say then shoot. But the reason waiting then give for say waiting make them go shoot tear gas na party office, then say na because APC people then been they pass and dance and celebrate around. This is what they say. They made a dance across the streets of Freetown. They celebrate, say they don't win, and then say the people then been they disturb other people than other citizens them. And then say the situation, like gonna me Twitter for quotes, we see exactly then say. So this is what the police said gave as a reason for waiting make them fire. Then say people, APC supporters were parading through the streets of Freetown claiming to have won, harassing people. They say that the situation got out of hand and that's why they fired tear gas. However, government spokesman say military not being there. Now, where they say military not being there, I don't know what they mean. But in general, when you say military, it not just mean army. The military comprise of any armed security force, you can refer to it as military. So if the government spokesperson tell New York Times say military not been there, I don't know if you mean if an army been they talk say army man they not been there. But where I watch the video there outside of the office, I see two types of military officers, two different offices. Some wear that one with fiber like gray color. Other one they will get the one we get that like undertone, but all not being like a combat color. So I don't know waiting at the distinction as along between the two color the way then they wear. But to me, whether not police or whether not army, we had armed military personnel outside of the APC party office. So now that's not the updates we come. The one thing where people they need for know and understand now for say not to APC party member then no more be they dance and celebrate around the party office. Inside and around the SLPP party office na Freetown. SLPP member them been they dance and celebrate. In fact, I see Posiwa Sabide Joblel, who was the former deputy minister under SLPP, they dance with crowd there inside and around the SLPP party office. I don't know, so I not go say, but I don't know of any Lorna Salone we say na crime if people then celebrate, say they don't win election before then call the results. I no know if na crime. As far as I know, no to crime for celebrate and gather na a party office for say we don't win. As far as I know, the one that mean the SLPP party office, they not mean they break no crime. Police not go there, nobody not fire tear gas pan them. But we see say na the APC party office, police go there. In fact, Reuters announced say 200 up to 200 military personnel that then been gathered around the APC party office. 200 military personnel that then gather around the party office at Brookfields. So this na the information where I don't able gather from waiting happen yesterday. Nobody not carry it for can talk, waiting make them kill this woman or how he die. But I hope say, governments and civil society, they're not go left the woman in Taiwan as nothing. And people, citizens for push for justice, let them hold somebody accountable. Because enough fine the citizens and the court as like collateral damage, where the one the way they pan politics or where the states not for cause anybody in death. Whether intentionally or prematurely, we're not to crime, we're not they serve as a danger to himself or to anybody else. Anyway, so that's where we are. Let me just look up some additional information. Just because somebody, one second. Hold on. So this is the video at the SLPP party office of them celebrating. This person with this gray hair, that is Joe Blell. This is video from Bonto Blog, who everybody knows, provides content. That's Joe Blell. Now SLPP posting, these are SLPP supporters at the SLPP office. As you can see, no violence, no attacks. It's joyful as it should be. Now the rights for celebrate. The scene, however, at the APC party office this was the scene outside of the APC party office. I know say there's been a lot of disinformation, and where you doing at one political party, they look like for say anything where the other side talk na lie. You look like for say you not believe nothing where the other side talk because they lie. The message to Sierra Leoneans are this: anything where you permit, where una get power. Any law or any excess where you allow, any action where illegal, unlawful, where dehumanizing, where repressive, where anti-democratic, where you political party practice where it in a power, where then common at na power. Awale you ready and prepare say the same exact way how una they treat them, where una all silent right now, where una all they support this kind of behavior. The way una all they gladdy right now, say they miss them, then this, then that. The gladdy way you dey right now. One day, the other side go kind of power, then go do the same thing, it go happen to you. If you not get the capacity as a Sierra Leonean for able to think about thing that we go benefit the country at large, at all times, if you're not able to put salon force, if you dey put your political party force, no say, just like how you do that, other people themselves get for come back, then behave the same way. If salon not dey progress, if peace not in our country, if growth not dey, now because consistently APC and SLPP supporter them, where them people then they do bad, una they continue for support them, for protect them, una they continue for perpetuate a culture of intellectual dishonesty. Intellectual dishonesty. We get forget to a point where no matter usa you dey, certain thing in the way you get for able for say this tear so no enough for happen to anybody. Me a gladdy, let APC people and gladdy, let SLP people and gladdy. Una all na Sierra Leoneans say una get rights for gladdy, una get rights for celebrate, even if results not come yet. Now you rights for gladdy. Now you rights for gladdy. Me no remember no time I don't in a salon for 2 other election. I don't remember no time where SLPP APC under Pakaba in 2008 they stop people then for go na party office, then stop people then for gather, then stop people then for gladdy. I no one them know that say we know for gladdy per election business. 2018 na yaso. Nobody no stop anybody for gladdy. Nobody no stop anybody for gladdy. But we wake yesterday night, the first political party we pull statements for say them don't win na SLPP. SLPP where they na power. SLPP where they na power. Where Napoleon where I think say na party secretary general or whatever. Napoleon na employee of government. Na lawyer, isabi the law na salon. They know na governments don't fund the election. You know, say in all rights for make you political party pull statements for officially announce from the party say una don't win, where the returning officer na the country. When are you government appoints for give and the power, give and the mandates for let it announce winner. You know Napoleon say SLPP una no say it wrong. For make una pull paper for announce say una don't win. It wrong. Una know that. Una no say it wrong. You know that it is wrong. Why do it? Why? You know say it wrong. Napoleon, you go school, you're very educated. I like you as a human being. But what una they do? Enough fine. You know it is wrong. Why do it? You know it is just going to encourage the other people that let themselves do their own. Now that make una even make press conference. Now that make SAPC self say we self well, we dey go na party office, let we self go pull paper, let we self go make press conference. Why? Why do we consistently with the lower the bar? What's make with the low the bar? What's make with the low the bar? We for raise the bar of governance, raise the bar of leadership. So the next person where they come to you don't set a high platform for her, instead go behave. But if you continue for lower the bar, the next way they possibly they can poop it, they can't poop it. Now poop it, they can't poop it. We have to respect we self, respect we constitution, respect we law. Where government say na so, and not be no say SLPP been this lawless. To be really honest with you, historically, what me sabi, na SLPP na the party of lawfulness, APC na the party of lawlessness. But I'm sorry to say, you are all right now. Now SLPP na they lead with the lawlessness. You guys have taken it far. When I don't take it to another level. And it was where the person will get power, they be lawless. It was because you lawlessness, they institutionalize. The lawlessness, they institutionalize, meaning it change the fabric of the government. You lawlessness, they impact the government in behavior, which means that all man they see like for say, this thing is normal, this thing is okay, this thing is acceptable. It's not acceptable. The only person way for announce results, now the election returning officer. If your name is not Kone, don't do it. Don't do it, please. Please let we like really I don't, we they talk all this and put the country first, but it's like, mean nothing to nobody, mean nothing to una. Let we say for the sake of argument, illegal or a day against the law for let people then can't gather in a party office. For the sake of arguments, let we say in all rights, we're not going to say illegal. For the sake of arguments, let we say it's not okay for let people then gather for the sake of arguments. No other way, not day for talk to people then for say, hey, even if na blow horn, na America, we don't see standoff there, we all they watch film. We not there for go na APC party office. We not get no officers that we get relationship with Samura there. We think we go na do. Carry no weapons there. He just go say he want talk today. Pull them a corner say, hey, dear, we don't want for problem. Una come on at this place. We not there for engage we self as Sierra Leoneans in a way we not violent. Police can use them discretion for say, okay, them people are not gladdy really not the same politics no more than they pa. Let we left them. But maybe warn them if you need for warn them. But 200 officers then, 200 tear gas. Some witnesses then tell reporters that we've been there on the scene say, some witnesses say them fire live bullets. Tear gas live bullets, the thing with tear gas safe, usai tear gas also see where they contain. So the people that were they all around Brookfields, they don't forget oxygen. Picking them they una know the members say other people than they around and near where not involved. They not get rights for peace and quiet and safety and security. Fine. Yesterday was just really, really disappointing. It's like we have to do better as Sierra Leoneans. No matter whose political party we have to do better. Anyways, let's move on to the provisional results. So our returning officer has spoken. Somebody said I took over that business. So today, ECSL has released the partial election results of the 2023 elections. Okay, so what I do is I take the waiting ECSL not tell we waiting at the total number of valid votes cast, then just tell we by the amount of people that we vote for each candidate. So what I do. Sorry, you guys. Here, please move from there. So what I do, I calculate all the numbers that way ECSL pull na this sheet. A Yusuf can go cross check. Where I calculate the number, the total number of votes cast, valid votes cast so far. Now 1,911,223. So 1.9 million votes. Now don't cast so far. I also go back and look at how much people they register. The total number of people that will be registered for this election now 3.4 million. As you know, it's possible say not to all man. In fact, we know say all man will register, not get for votes. But historically in a salon, the turnout for election can be like over 85% of people that will register can vote. And based on the crowd that we come on yesterday, we know so yes, then we get high voter turnout. Like I said, ECL not announced of this how much people that actually register for votes. How much people then vote? This 60%. They not tell we how much na valid votes and how much na void votes. All this 60% tell us is the 60% where they announce, they're not giving the raw figure, is what I mean. They're not telling you say 60%, which is X number of total votes. So based on the amounts we see now, so the different numbers that we then give for each candidate and each political party, I sit down, I calculate and myself, and the total number of votes we make up the 60% of valid votes. Now 1,911,223. I'm just gonna write it in the Facebook comments. for those of you who might want to write the figure down yourself. So that's the total number of votes, valid votes cast. Of those votes, ECSL says, okay, and also these votes have come from all the regional tally centers. Each region na Salon, the Western region, Northwest region, Northern region, Eastern region, and Southern region gets, okay, their own regional tally center. That means say Kailan within at the east in regional center na Kenema. Okay. That means say Moyamba within at the south in regional center na Bo, and that means say Karine within at the northwest in regional center na Potloko, and Kabala within at the north in regional center na Makeni. Western area, the regional center na Freetown. So all the regional centers then they represent the total. So this 60% where ECL announced are the total number of valid votes cast across the one whole country. Across the one whole country. So you not go expect say, oh, then they call another like district by itself. For can we go, you know, like this district here, so they're not call that district say it get predominantly SLPP or APC. So they're not they do them by districts where you go say this district in votes. If they can't count and this now, it go change this, it go change the nature of the outcome. No. So then they do all things across the board. Now, so far, of the 60% of votes cast, which is 1.9 valid votes, 1,911,223 votes. 55.86% 55.86% or 1,067,666 votes were cast for President Bio. That represents 55.86% of the total valid votes that have been announced. 793,751 valid votes, representing 41.53% of the total votes cast, is for Samura. It means then that when they have the additional 40% of votes, I am predicting that this will go to a runoff, because no matter how you look and say, this margin between President Bio and Samura get for close. Because if President Bio had gotten 60% of the total votes cast right now, I go say Alec then add the other 40%, it would not change the outcome of this first round. However, with 60% of the votes cast and President Bio only having 55.86%, I do not believe the president will be able to maintain this margin and keep because you need 55% for win. If you get 44.9% of the votes, you are still going to a runoff. So I know some people are already depressed and some people are already celebrating. It is definitely, even though the numbers look the way they look, the president has 55.86% and APC has 41.53%. It's not over. It's not over. This is going to go to a runoff. It's just what it is. I hate to disappoint anybody who thought that this margin meant that the president would win, but it's not. There is going to be a runoff. There's nothing anybody can do to prevent this runoff. And the votes are already cast. You add 40% of the votes, way left to this, some get for void, but the margin is going to close. And the margin get for close from the bottom. It's going to be very, very difficult or nearly impossible for Lady President to maintain 55% of the lead. You can do your own calculations if you want. We have about, I would say, at least give or take a couple 100,000. We have about 1 million more votes. 1 million more votes to go. If there's a runoff, I would be shocked. I expect the margin to reduce significantly. And we will go to a runoff and then we will see. Okay, we will see. I don't expect the margin to be very, very large, to be really honest with you. Yes, this result includes Freetown, but one thing that I am thinking is that because the majority of the polling stations na the western area no, because the majority of the polling station at the western area are not open early, you know what I mean, they're open late, then your own polling station then being locked late, meaning that I can't believe that most of the tally at the western area is done, even though they're saying 60% of the national votes. I would be very shocked if they've counted 60% of the western area votes, because now them last go don't come in. All side else they may lock early. So side and a fleet on 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 9 them polling station lock. So and now then go don't get a majority, most of the registered voters they may believe say na free tongue then get for command. So you say what if President can get it? I don't know whose kind Matthew I use for that, but you do that. I know they go to that. So I'm not here to debate or to argue. I'm just saying that, like, looking at the numbers and looking at the way the government, the country is split, it's anybody who thinks that there's no runoff, I don't know whose side you get that. Maybe now you hope you did project. No, Freetown does not have 1 million registered voters. Freetown has about 580 something thousand registered voters. In all reach 1 million. Just to clarify that point. Somebody was commenting here that Freetown has 1 million. It's not. No, the result is not all of Western area. The result has been pronounced is just, it's the whole country. It's not any particular region. It's not one region. It's the whole country. The whole country, not any one region, the whole country. Please, the whole country. It's not one region. So you can't say, oh, this one, you don't go to this person, this one, you don't go to person. The information is not disaggregated, meaning it not breakdown per district or whatever. How we get an regionally, then they don't announce them. So yes, even if APC gets, yeah, it's still gonna go. You need, I don't know if you not understand, you need 55% for win. You need 55% of the votes for win. 55. You need 55% of the votes for win. So yeah. Anybody can right now, please. Una all believe what una one believe. I beg. Believe what you want. Believe what you want. Good luck. Good luck to everybody. Good luck to everybody. And congratulations to anybody who currently feels like they're winning. Congratulations to you. The most important thing at the end of this election. Now, for lay, we look to the left, we look to the right. We say this thing happened peacefully with as little like disruption to our daily lives as possible. But my message really to all man. The message really to all man. I like you hate SLPP. I like you hate SLPP. I want you member say, then self na Sierra Leoneans. I like you hate APCs, then self na Sierra Leoneans. We have to find a way to find common ground in our country. There has to be a way. This pathway we day on. One thing we all man we understand the war we be happening at Salon can say next. Thank you always say, it better we the one at Salon not to be ethnic war or not to be religion war or we not to be regional war. It better it better. And that's all man can say. You know, now that's all man can say. It better. Imagine all the bad way that happen and can still say, even though the war been so bad for we, and can still say a better way not to be ethnic war, not to be regional war. Because if we're being bad off, if we be really bad off, this new trend where we don't start how we government and we political party that we don't worsen the gap between, like the farm boutique on our it broke. The farm boutique, you get SLPP, you get APC, you get PDP, you get PMDC, you get Mende, you get Timni, you get Kuranko, you get Fula, you get Creole, you get all man the farm boutique. Now Ben is supposed for Ben, you're not supposed for broke. But me real fear now for the way we they go. The way we dey go is like we wan bull camp. We no get no sorry for the other side. You know, fine. You know, fine. Really, really not fine. So ECSL say in 48 hours then go release all the results. So I dey expect if they not reach 60%, tomorrow no reason or they for later no maybe take 80%. And by Tuesday or by Wednesday, we all go don't know what's at the outcome. But at the beg the security forces, then the beg we leaders, then do ya una release the detention, una release detention. And for that woman we die, do ya let una make sure say una investigate waiting happen, waiting causing death, because fine the pathway we dey on fine. Fine, not they forget about no matter almost progress we make, we not even they make progress right now. But we not if peace not they not they if national unity and cohesion not they we not they able build nothing. Do ya? I'm not gonna tell us what's up. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.